Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Jean, and you guys seen me haul these cute little Halloween pens from Dollar Tree, and I told you I will show you a project with them. So I think we'll make some post-it note holders. So I've got some post-it notes, and I used to make these years ago, not with the Halloween pens, of course, because I didn't find any back then. They're great for giving to your coworkers or nursing homes, your teachers, or anyone who can't, eat candy is really nice. We're gonna make a couple of post-it note holders that'll hold the pen, and we are going to use. I'm gonna make two different styles. Well, the same style, two different ways to make it, though. I guess I'm gonna use Hey Pumpkin for one of them. And I'm going to use Halloween Magic by, I think this is Echo Park, yep. And this is Doodlebug, of course. So we're going to use those. So the first thing we have to do is score. And you can use any color. I'm just going to use orange paper in this one. So I'm going to kind of show you how to cut a full sheet if you want to mass produce these. So let's get this in the board a little bit. Okay. On the 8.5 inch side, we're going to score at 3.5 all the way down, 4 and 4.5. Okay, that's all the scoring we need to do. 3.5, 4, 4.5 on your 8.5 inch side. So we're done with that. So let's bring up our cutting board now. Let's use this one. Whichever one I have closest to me, I guess we'll use. Now, on the 11 inch side, we want to cut these down to 3.25 inch sections. So you'll get 3 of mine here. So 3.25. So you're going to get 3 of these then. So you get 3 out. Okay, and the last one. Okay, do not get rid of this little strip. We will use this. In fact, we're going to cut out our pieces right away. So we'll just be using one of these. So I'll put those aside. Now for this, we'll need some tabs. So we're going to use this piece and we'll cut it down to 2.25. Just trying to get the board in here. You know it's kind of hard. Okay, because it's got my little pole there for my camera. So let's cut this piece down to 2.25. And we're going to be making 2, so I'll cut the other side 2.25. And then we'll cut this down to 3/4. And I'm just going to line it up there. We only need one of these per post-it note holder, but I'm just cutting them right away since I had the little scraps sitting here. Okay, so that is 2.25. Make sure I did 2.25 by 3/4. Let's put that off to the side. Then for the first one, you will need, at least an 8.5 inch piece of paper for the first one. And if you don't have that, the next one, I'm going to show you how to cut your paper to size to make your layering pieces. Okay, what do we want to go? I think we're going to use this little haunted house one. It's got some orange in it. Let's see if I can find it without taking everything out. As you know, there it is. Okay, I can use that one, I think. Let me look at it. And might be okay on there, but let me look at what they have for a little bit smaller print. And most of this pack, I think the print is a little bit bigger. star one. Let's see what that one looks like. If I like that one better. It's a matter of finding it. Got the dots. Of course, it's like the last sheet I take to look at. Okay. I still think I like the haunted house better. We're just going to go with it and see how the pattern works. You know, when you're making these, I guess it really doesn't much matter. Okay. I'm going to quick get rid of our little strip here on the bottom. Save your strips because you can always use, there's usually something on it, like we can use this little section on this side. You can even take, on this one, you can even take and just use Halloween. So you can go ahead and do that. All right, so now what we're going to need a piece that's 8 1/4 by 3. Now remember, this is how it's gonna go. So you want your paper the right direction. So we're gonna cut this at 3 inches this way. Cut that down 3 inches. Move that off, and then we're gonna cut 8 1/4, and this is our top layering piece. Okay. Then we're gonna need a little piece. We're gonna also layer our little tab piece, and tab's gonna go this way. So we're gonna need a 2 inch by 1/2 inch. I'll cut a 1/2 inch first, since I want to use a bigger piece here, so I can hold it better. So cut a 1/2 inch, and oh, we got that house in there, so I think that'll work good. Cut that down 2 inches. All right, I think we got everything we need for this one. The next one, I'm going to show you how to use like a 6-inch paper and how you can paper piece it together. Okay, so let's take one of these. First thing I want to do is glue, make sure, where's my other tab? There we go. Just make sure I didn't lose it. First thing, I'm going to go ahead and round the corners on the little one here. And let's just start with, you don't want to go too big because there's not much space. So let's see what the little one looks like. I might be able to do the medium one. I think the little one will be good. I just want a little, nope, that one didn't go in all the way. That'll be good, I think. We don't need to do this end. Remember which way it's going to be up. So we don't need to do the bottom because that's going to be hidden anyways. Okay, now let's just glue these together. If you don't want as much of a border showing, then you can cut this piece down, but then you're getting into your 8s. I think it was like 5/8 or whatever then, but you're getting into the 8s. So I'm trying to keep it easy for everybody on this one. So it just depends on how much border you want to show. And I don't mind some border showing. Okay, let's just get some glue on there. And then I'm going to put it down. Remember, this bottom is not going to show. Okay. Let that sit a minute. Okay. Now, we have to do a little score on this one, and then we'll add it on to our little thing quick. That pin back in there. All right, on the bottom, we just want to score at a 1/2 inch. Okay, so just score 1/2 inch. And then we're going to score at 1 inch. This works for me. You may have to, when we put it on, I'll show you. These are Post-it notes have 100 sheets in. Now, I know that they make other Post-it notes that have fewer sheets in, so you may have to adjust. I'll give you the link to everything that I got that we're using here. But so these have 100 sheets. So I'm using, my measurements are for the 100 sheet Post-it notes. Okay, so we're going to take this bottom piece. Now you have two sides here. You got your shorter side and then you got your longer side. We want the shorter side is going to be our front. The longer side is going to be our back. So we're going to, on the back, we're going to take and glue this down because that's going to wrap around to the front, and we're going to have a piece of paper that's going to cover this. So we're going to cover that. So we're going to just eyeball middle. You know me, just eyeball things. If you want to measure, you find your center and measure. But something like this, you know, before I push it down too hard, I just kind of make sure it is even and centered the best you can. All right. And then that's going to be eventually wrapping around like this, and we're just going to use Velcro. Now, it looks like it's not matching up right now. Don't worry, we're not done yet. Okay, so now we want to add on our layer piece on top. Remember, this is our front here, okay? So you want to position as the back is going to be upside down. On when you're using one full sheet like this, it really can't be helped unless it's a pattern, you know, like the stars would have worked, stuff like that. So on the back, it's going to be upside down, but I'm going to show you, you know, although this is the one I probably should have pieced together because, you know, then we could have changed it, you know. If you don't like that, then just, you know, you can, I'll show you in the next one how you can cut it and piece it together so that it looks the right way up. All right, so first thing, I'm going to use my decorative punches on this one. Let's use scallop on this one. So we're going to scallop this all the way around just to give it a little different design here than the rounded. And also do that on this piece. Okay, and then remember where your front is, and then we're just going to glue this down on top. We're going to put something on the back anyway, so we're going to cover a lot of the back anyways. Okay, now we're just going to kind of center this. On there. Looks good. I'm looking in the camera. Okay, now you should really let this dry before we do the next step because we have to fold the creases. But, you know, I don't have time to sit there and let this dry, right? Okay, so now we're going to re-go over those scores. Now if I can line it up where the right one was, 3.5, yep, that would be it. Find my right side. So let's just go over that, 3.5, 4, and 4.5. And I'm going to go from the other side too. Now, I'll tell you, I don't often make it this way with the one sheet because depending on your paper, this one I think is okay. Yeah, this one's not cracking, but I'll show you one of my other ones I wanted to do. Depending on your paper, can you see how that cracks? That's why I prefer to do the pieces, which is the next one we're going to do. But this is Echo Park. It's usually pretty good. And this one was, I don't know, I've had that one for years. But some of your paper, just keep that in mind, some of your paper does crack. And so it's not quite as pretty to show. Okay, so I'm just going to fold those a little bit. Let's get them worked. Now you have 3 lines. You have this one, the middle one, this one. We're going to fold on the middle one right now. Now we are going to make our pen holder. Now this is very easy to make. You take your pen, and first I'm going to show you. A pen's going to go here. You kind of want to know about where your pen ends. Some of them aren't as long as this one where the end part is. I already measured this one, and a 1/4 inch works really well. So we're going to get my little ruler out here. I'm just going to put it down. And do I have a pencil? Yes. Hey, I have everything by me. So far, so good. We're going to mark, and this might be hard to see. I'll show you guys. 1/4 inch, and then we're going to mark at 3/4, which will be right through the window there. And you can see my little pencil marks there. Kind of. Run right here. And then the other one's right down here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to cut along that pencil line just till we meet that score line. Don't go over the score line. So we're just going to slice up right to, so we'll take the first one, we're going to slice up. And this is a little harder, you know, because this paper is double layered now. So just go right up. You can see I just went right up to the score line. And do the other one. That's going to be your pen holder. Okay. Now to get the pen holder, you can open it back up. This middle line, we want to sink that down to a valley. So that one end piece, we want to bring our pen holder up to a mountain. And then we bring those other ones up, the top one and the bottom one, just like that. It's a little stiff yet. Get it to work its way in. Got to get this one down. Okay, now I'm going to fold it just to get it working here because it wants to fight me because it's thick. That's another thing, when you layer it like that, it does make those fold lines a little thicker, but it still works. Now our pen will go right in there, but we're not done yet. So if you want it for left-handed, then you just put that on, you cut on this side instead. So if it's for a left-hander, but most people really don't care for something like this, you know. Now, this is our front. When you open it up, this piece, this here, we're going to glue down to this here, okay? So all we're going to do is run some glue. We need that piece to stay down. We don't want that piece to stay up. And that little tab too. So then all we're going to do is bring it back down. I'm going to try to get that little tab wants to go the opposite direction here for some reason. There we go. And now this takes a little bit because it's fairly thick. So I just kind of line it. If you have some clips, go ahead and clip here. I don't have my clips up here. I gotta bring those up here because I need my longer clips right now too. We're just going to rub it down good until it holds, which doesn't take too long. So then we have this. Now you can see where it matches better now. It looks like it's the same size now. And this is what it looks like on the top. And then when you put your pen in there, the pen goes in there like that. And these pens hook really, it's got a really good stopper on the front here. So these pens hold in there really, really well. So this is your front. Now let's throw down our, let me take this back out for a minute while we put down our, make sure it's all good. And then we'll put down our little pad. We'll glue that down. You can glue or tape. When you run out, this piece will still be down. You can just leave it down and just glue another pad right over the top. Now you just want to kind of center this, but you don't want to go so it shows. So you can kind of see I'm kind of working with it. I bring it up, make sure it looks good. Centered right about there. Now we're just going to run glue on this back side. Like I said, you can run tape because I don't worry. I just stick another one right over this bottom sheet. I just stick another pad over if this survives long enough, because most likely it's not going to survive anyways. It's going to just probably get thrown away after it's used up. And I'm just trying to center it in there so it doesn't look all crooked. I think it needs to go this way just a little. And that's the thing with glue. You do have a little extra time to work. I prefer using glue. Okay, so now you can see we have that. So now when you bring this over, we're going to use a Velcro dot on this one. If you have a smaller one, so if you don't want to measure like I did, because I know the measurements here, what you would do is when you make your tab, you would glue it down and then just kind of fold it up where you want it and then crease it where you think it's going to need to go. My measurements work good for this. So what I'm going to do is I just got any small dots. I mean, even if you had like black ones or anything like that would work fine too. I just have these kind of whitish clear ones. I'm just going to line that back up a little better. Oh my goodness. They're very sticky until they get used. I'm just going to line it up a little straighter on there. Then I'm just going to put it right about there. You don't have to go right about there. 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch, something like that. And then I'm going to center this. Make sure this is all squared the way you want it. Make sure it's all perfectly squared the way you want it. And then go ahead, bring it up and lay it down. Okay. And then I like to unhook it because they are very sticky. There we go. And just to make sure it's on there really, really well. You could use some glue, but with these sticky, these are like from Walmart maybe. They're very sticky, so I don't need no glue. Okay, so then we have that and we have that. We can put a pen in. Now let's put a little decoration on. Let's see, let's go to our, we'll just go to our sticker page. We're gonna put something on the back. I don't know if they have cutouts. I didn't look at the cutouts yet in this pack. I got this pack, but I didn't really have to look at it real well yet. Okay, we do have those cutouts. Words. Those are too big. Those will probably be too big. Okay, so that's we got a couple little ones here we can use. I've got some of those. I'm looking them over. I'm going to put something. You could, on the inside, you could decorate it if you want. I'm just going to put a sticker on the inside. And then I'm going to put, I think on the back, I'm going to put something bigger. I think I'll put this one on the inside. I wish you a happy Halloween. Whoops, sorry. I'm going to put that on the inside so when they open it up, like I said, you could put decorative paper inside there too. But like I said, a lot of times people are just going to throw these right away after the season. And then maybe I'll put on the back, I think we'll put a bigger one to kind of cover up the upside. See how it's upside down on that side? The next one, it'll be pieced together. So we'll show the difference on that. Maybe. You know the decisions? It's the decisions. Okay, on the front, let's go. I don't want to cover up too much. I could put something like right here in the middle because I don't want to like really cover up my house there. So let's see what they have for smaller ones. We could just put a plain old Happy Halloween in the middle also. And like I said, you can go ahead. Well, we're gonna cover that up. So that might be more than I wanted to put on there. Because then we cover that whole pattern up. You know, we don't want to cover the whole pattern up, do we? I mean, it's one thing to cover up one house. What were the small? Those are really small words. Let's see if I like this banner somewhere. Everywhere I'm going to put it. Let's put it right here. I'm not covering it up too bad. Frankly, you make me happy. Now, what do we want on the back? Yeah, those are way too big. I don't even think I can cut any of those down. Let me see, this little guy wants. Isn't this like the hardest part, deciding how? And because they're probably, you know, if you're giving this to a lady, they may be throwing it in their purse, so you might not want to pop things up. Come on, unhook from there. Don't want to pull too hard. Okay, make sure it's going to go the right way. And this is how you can cover up that upside down part. But we're going to do a little extra trimming, just a little bit. Let me grab just my small cutter. I'm just gonna take a little bit off the sides here. Just so I can see a little border from the back. Okay. Okay, and now let's take our decorative punch and match. What did I use? This one, I used the cloud. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll put this little guy on the back. All right, and then we're gonna glue him down. And now you don't know that the paper is upside down, which, depending on the pattern you use, you have no choice really on when you use this style. Okay, we'll just put him right in the middle. Okay, and I think that's all we'll do on it. And then you got the cute inside. So there's one. Okay, so now let's cut our pieces out for the other one. All right, my doodlebug one. So let's see what we have in here that we want to use. There's so many pretty ones. Let's see, we want to keep it with some orange in it. Okay, let's just go with this first one. How about that? Okay, so what we need to do is cut our pieces. We have our base piece and we have our tab, and then we need to cut these down. So these have to be 3 inches. So cut it down to 3 inches. Make sure I got the cutting one. I just bought this one from Walmart and I'm still kind of deciding whether I like it or not. Okay, now you need one that's 3 1/4, and this is your front, so you pay attention to our pattern. 3 1/4. Okay. And then I don't think we have enough for 3 out of here. Nope. So we'll go to this one and make sure this is cut at 3 inches. Still, it should be because, but then again, you should remeasure because sometimes paper isn't exactly. It's like this one looks like it's just a tad over 6 inches altogether. So here's 3. Yeah, it's gonna be, I'll show you like, don't move it, Jean. How much? So it's not even worth it. So now we need one that's 3 3/4, and that's will be for the back. Okay, so we got these 2 pieces, and then we have our extra piece for our front, and we need it to be 2 inches, and I don't think this is 2 inches. Oh, I think it will be 2 inches. First, we'll cut it at 1/2 inch. Find the 1/2 inch on here. Whew. Oh my goodness, I don't like, oh, here it is. Don't like those numbers on this one as well. But we thought we'd test it. I wanted a smaller one. Okay, 1/2 inch, throw some of that stuff out of our way by 2 inches then. Right about there. Okay, I think we got all our pieces. Okay. So let's, same thing, we're gonna use this one and do our little corners on our tab. And just remember which one's gonna be up so that we put it on. Not the worst if you put it on upside down, trust me, I have. Okay, so let's glue you 2 together quickly. Then we'll start working on the other ones. Get enough glue on there so it does stick. Okay, we'll give this a minute to dry while we go ahead. Oop, I forgot a piece. We forgot the little, the top piece. So I need one that's gonna be 3 1/4. Although this one I need it to run Where's my thing? Because we need the piece that goes up here. So I need my pattern to run this way. I need it to be 3 inches that way. Forgot we need this little extra piece for that. So let's cut it to 3 inches, which it is. And then we need it 3/4, which is right there. Okay, now I think we have all our pieces. All right, so now let's start cutting. I am not going to do the corners on this piece because it's too small anyways. It's not really worth it. Let's use our cloud one on this one. We'll do our corners on this one, the front and the back piece. Okay, so we can go ahead and we can glue our front down. See where that is? Glue our front piece down. Okay, we'll glue that. There's your score line. Just stay below in your score line there. Okay. A little bit more that way. All right, then this piece is going to go, you can see the score lines. We're going to stay in between the score line with this piece. I'm just going to glue it down like that. This is the way I prefer to make it because then I don't have to worry about my paper being in the right direction. Okay. All right, now before we add the back piece, we want to add our little tab, remember? So let's bring our scoreboard back up. It should be dry enough. And again, we're scoring at 1/2 inch and 1 inch. Okay. And now we're going to turn it. I'm going to fold that in because it's going to go like this, remember? It's going to have to get some more glue up there. And we are going to glue that piece down on there. Nope, I forgot to do my other corners yet, but that's okay. I can still do that. Forgot to do my bottom sheet. I get so carried away and I just want to get it together. But I could still do it right now. All right, now, so it's gonna go like this, so you wanna make sure your paper is the right direction again. So when you put your paper down, I love Doodlebug's paper. I like the more whimsical Halloween over the scary Halloween. Okay, we're just gonna lay this down. Be aware of your score lines. Got enough glue up there. All right, now we got to go in, and we only have to do the middle score line now because we don't have nothing over the score lines. So we just have to score that middle score line. And my score tool. And these are just stylus you buy there for something else, but I like using them for when I'm scoring. I like them better than the score tools that come with. Okay, let's cap my glue quick here. All right, now we have everything on, and we're gonna do the same thing. We're just gonna fold that middle one. I'm just gonna make sure it's even. I'm gonna have to put some more glue down probably, but we'll worry about that in a minute. Same thing, we are going to mark our paper at 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch, and 3/4. And then we're gonna cut up right through that spider and right down to that score line. And we'll do this one. And I just kind of take my time because, okay guys, I'm back. I had a phone call come through and I forgot to put it in airplane mode. So all I did was cut for our pen on this one. So we have everything on, ready to go. And again, we're gonna have to bring down that one in. And then I just kind of fold like that, kind of fold like that, and pop up our pen. Pop up this one, bring that one down. Like, there we go. And now we gotta glue that down, our back piece down, like we did before. And here I make sure I put enough glue on because, you know, it's gotta lay down here. And then I just gotta push that tab on the end off to the side so it goes even. Get some of that glue. I'm using my Barely Arts glue in the bottle. Okay, and now we have that. In there, and there, and there. We're just about done with this one. All right, put in one of our notepads. Make sure we have it in the right direction because I've done that before too. And we're gonna center it in here. Okay, that looks pretty good. Don't have to be perfect. Okay, bend that up and we're gonna put another piece of Velcro on. Okay, out my finger. All right, let's just square it up. Bring it down. I'm gonna lay that over. Down we go. All right, now let's go through. I also got the ephemera pack for this one. I'm going to get something cute inside. Let's see. Okay, I see something. I want to see if it'll work. These are a little bit bigger pieces. So I think this will work though. Isn't that cute? Would you like to open that? All right, we're going with that. We're going to put that on the inside. The words in this ephemera pack are a little too big to put in this small of a project. This just fits. Beautiful. Now we have the inside done. What do we got for y'all? I think this word thing's in here. We're in here. They're going to be smaller. Some cute little, we could put something like this in the middle. Let's see what we have here. This one will be cute right here. Put this in the middle. All right, let's put that in the middle or up just a little bit. I think I'll go up. Don't have to do middles. Now, when I used to, you know, you could give these to kids and put them in one of the treat bags and then add some stickers with it. Because a lot of your schools don't accept, you know, candy sometimes because of allergies now. So this is perfect. Put in a little bag with some stickers. Do we want something on the back also? There's enough cute stuff in here. We could use, I don't love this paper pack. I did show this in one of my haul videos. I forget which one. We can just put, I think we'll just put this one. The big pink one. Let's put that one in there. No, there's there's some pink in there. That one I'll put right in the middle because we don't have the Velcro covering anything. All right, there you have, where's the other one? 2 different ways. Bring you down here a little bit, wrong way. So you can see them a little closer. I prefer this way because then you get the border around. I like that way better. I think it's easier to do and you don't have to worry about paper cracking. But if you don't want a paper piece, then you just do a full sheet on like that. So either way, you can do it. All right, guys, I hope you give this project a try. It'll be great for you know, Halloween. And if you might not be able to find these. I don't know how fast they're going to go, but I will link in the description some other pens that I've used in the past, miniature pens. So I'll link those in the description in case you cannot find these at Dollar Tree anymore. You know how Dollar Tree is, hit or miss. All right, guys, as always, I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.